Hi guys, and welcome. So, we're revisiting some of these bundles that I purchased from the annual catalog. I'm just going to let you know, I'm not feeling the greatest, so if I need to run into the other room for a second and there's dead air, I apologize ahead of time, but just can't. Back on my medicines this week, and it's just not acting very nicely to me. When you go to this, I will link the previous two episodes that I did. Now remember, this is a little bit different. When I first got the Inked and Tiled, I didn't get, ooh, sorry for that glare from the sunlight. I didn't get the punches at the time because I wasn't really thrilled with them. But then 2 months later, out came the mini catalog, and this medley mix, which is now retired, came out and was also with the same punches. So at that time, I bought the punches separately. So since I've never really gone through this with the Inked and Tiled, I figured I would this time. Or if I did do it, I don't remember. I might have, not sure. It also came with great DSP, the Inked Botanicals, which I've used a lot on a lot of cards. So, I mean, here's some of the Inked Botanicals. Fabulous DSP. So, these are the main colors from that. Pool Party, Petal Pink, Lost Lagoon, Crush Curry, Calypso Coral. Alright, let me go over, I didn't double check to make sure that we were live. Sorry, and let me go ahead and mute that. Alright, so I am going to show you just briefly a little bit about this set. And of course I showed you, let me go back in here, this is my little book. So there's Medley Mix. Of course, I can't find hardly any of these cards because I mail them out. I try to mail out cards as I create them. More on that. If you do my Watch It Wednesday, Finish It Friday series, stay tuned about updates on that. And so then here's what I used when I had just the Inked and Tiled stamp set and the Designer Series paper. Alright. So I am going to show them to you this time. Now remember, the punches do not match to anything in the set. Alright? So, but what is nice about them is, and I'm not going to stamp out these, I'm just going to stamp out the words, because the words actually do kind of coordinate. Oh, look at that. Static electricity and hair everywhere. Some of the words do work with these punches. Alright, pretty much the flowers don't. Alright, so let's go ahead. I am going to go ahead. Oh, I need to get out a few blocks. Sorry. It's near my microphone. Sorry for the loud noise. Alright, so let's go ahead and get some of these out. And we'll show you the ones that actually do kind of coordinate with the punches. And I'm just sorry, I'm just going to get a bunch of these out so I can just go and stamp right with them. Alright, this is what I'm going to do, diagonal. I haven't trimmed these down very well either. I usually cut around the edges there. Let's see. Let me see, I think that, oh, I think I'll put that on this and put this longer one there. Alright, so there are the 6 eggs that are in this stamp set. And I'm using this on my chapter 9. I'm doing a book of getting to know stamping. And so we're on chapter 9. There's one more chapter to go. So these were kind of messed up during that. So I'm going to use that for these words because I think it's a nice little background for the words too. Don't you think? All right, let me get out my Memento. Let me put my punches that way. And we'll show you probably how both of these work with these words. All right, so we have lots of love. I'm going to go, this one, you know, I think I'm going to go like this with that. Only because you can bring this up. I'm going to cut off that corner. Let me grab my snips really quick. Cut off that corner a little bit so I can get in there. So I can angle this in. And see that? So I'm going to go ahead and just go like that. And then all you have to do with this is go side to side where that cut is. And there you have that word. So of course that would work fabulously on this too. You could go in and the same punch. So any of them that would work on this punch will automatically work on this punch. But some of these won't work on this punch because they might be too thick. Does that make sense? All right, so let's try this one here. And let's go over here. I'm going to have that thank you kind of go across there. All right, I'm going to move these off the side once I've used them. So let's see. Again, I'm going to probably have to, now see, you're going to see there, there's no way I can get this on the punch. Even if I go close, let me go like, take that corner off again. Even if I go close, like that, you see it's still going to cut off just a little bit. You see how the thank you, I mean, you can see there that that is thank you, but it's going to take off some of that you. So this punch wouldn't necessarily work on that. Now this one I've gone too far down, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to head that up right with that, where that U is there. And I'll punch this. And so in this one, you would have room for jewels. Or even you could stamp a flower up in that corner. All right. So now we've used the thank you and lots of love. Let's look at the hello friend. Get this over here too. So there's a hello friend. Again, I think it's just a little too, and you know what, let's do this. I have to think where my Post-it notes are. Oh, they're right here, my little holder. Huh, who would have guessed? All right, so let's go ahead and grab one of these. All right, here, sorry. I had an address written down, so let me go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and grab a Post-it note, because then this will be a little bit easier way to measure if it's going to fit on or not. Sorry, now I'm just trying to get that all back together. Put it back over there. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll punch one out there. It's going to get caught, of course, because of the little adhesive end. And let's see if I can get one out here by going in there. Yep, I sure can. All right, so these can be my guides now. So let's look at the hello friend. If we go across here, you're going to see that we probably could get the hello friend in it, but you're going to lose some of that H there. You see that? So let me go ahead. But we definitely could get the hello friend. You see it through the post-it note. I can see it here pretty good, but I don't know if you can. See how the hello friend, you could see it in there. So this would definitely work. This one, if we tried it, it might just, we have to go in at this angle though. See, like that. And since I cut so close to there, it probably wouldn't work very good. See there, you're going to cut off some of your friend. That works pretty good, but because I punched in so much there, I'm going to have a little bit of a problem there. So it's not really good for this one. So this one, probably going to use this. And again, I'm going to have to go over a little bit because I was so close to that other punch. There you have hello friend, and you can put your stamping or your embellishments on this side. All right, hang on, I have to take a little sip. One good thing about, well, I guess there's nothing good about not feeling bad, but I'm drinking lots of water, so that helps. All right, let's go ahead. This just a note definitely is going to work on either of them. Show you here. Oh, get my punch up there. Doesn't matter that you see that there because I'm going to cut straight across. But there you go. Then with your snips, you would cut from straight edge to straight edge. And there you have just a note. All right. So that's 4 of them down. Here's our last 2. Let me get some of these scraps off of here. And I'll also put those on there, even though they never stay. All right, let me get some of these scraps off. There we go. All right, last 2. Happy birthday is pretty much going to be the same thing. Let me show you. I don't think I have any more pretty areas, so we'll just go straight in here. So there's your happy birthday. If you go ahead and put this over, you're going to see, again, it's not going to, I mean, if we went right there, if we cover the birthday and see the happy, there's just a little bit, but it would be really close. Let's see if we could, don't know if I can even get this turned in here to show that. Let me cut just a little bit off this side. All right. So see how if we get it on there, we can get that birthday. If we bring it over to get the happy, it's just going to be barely too big. By the time you see all the word, you're going to miss some of the happy. So even if this was a full punch, I would say that you would have to go with this. And because I did it like that, I'm just going to line up those bottom. What I'm lining up right here is these bottom 2 to this, since I know that I can't get a full shape out of there. So I'm lining those 2 up. So then if you punch it too close to the edge, you can always do half the punch. All right, and this last one is going to work in either of the punches. It's the congratulations. Let me go ahead and put it right here. Can cover up the memento now. And you can see right there, congratulations fits in pretty well. Like I said, if you do this in the middle of your card, you can use the full punch. I'm just doing these so I can get like that. let me show you, and I didn't get really good to the edge on that one. There we go. All right, but then again, you can always punch first and stamp later. Let me go ahead and get some of this cut down so I can get in there. So you can always punch first. I don't think I'll be able to get a full one out of this. No. All right, so here's the other one that kind of messed up. Let's do that. So see, you can always go, and if you know that it's going to fit, you can always just go, and this will be a second generation. So you can always stamp right on it after you punch. Punch first, stamp later. And that also would work on like these, where you have this, congratulations, I'm not going to re-ink it, so it's going to be second generation. Line it up, and there you are. Then you could have the full punch that way too. All right, and of course these interlock together. So here we had that. You line that right up there. So if you had like continuous, like cardstock, like with a scenery, you would just line that up right there and punch right next to it and keep going. So this would work for like the meandering meadows, the autumn leaves, sets like that, papers like that, where you're just going right into where that is. And you can see that way you could actually punch across on your scenery. It's not going to show up very good. Let me put this down. So if this was scenery paper, you could go straight across and have it all work out. And wherever the other one went, maybe it's under here. I don't know. Maybe I've dropped it. I don't know. But that's how you can also do that, just so you know, because these do interlock. All right, guys. So I think that's about it for the ink tile bundle. So when you buy it, it's the 2 punches and inked and tiled. If this gets carried over to the next catalog, remember, it will not be bundled. If they're both carried over, you'll be able to purchase them, but you're going to pay 10% more. Because when you buy them through the end of April on my website, you'll be able to get 10% off when you order these as a bundle. All right, come on back tomorrow, guys. We're going to go ahead and do a new card featuring this stamp set and these punches. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.